Dear viewers and learners, hello everyone. Now we are going to discuss the Professor Musgrave's view of maximum social advantage. Previously, we have discussed the Dalton's view on maximum social advantages. That is also called the principle of maximum social advantage. And now we are moved to the another slide. So, what is the version of Musgrave's on maximum social advantage? So, according to Musgrave, Dalton has proposed two principles of budget policy. Okay, according to Musgrave, what are the principles framed by the Dalton for the purpose of budgetary policy? So, the principles have the two. Number one, resources should be distributed among the different public uses so as to equalize the margin return of satisfaction for each type of outlay. Okay, whatever the resources have the state or government, that should be distributed among the different public people uses, and it compulsory it leads to the equalize the marginal return of satisfaction for each type of outlay. Okay, in this for example we have take the that public government is spending more money on development or productive activities. Okay, for that product that productive will benefit to the people's will benefit to the people, and they people will also get the satisfaction from the purchasing of those the goods. Okay, and next, public expenditure should be pushed to the point where the satisfaction lasts from the last unit taxes in taken in taxes. Okay, government spending, whatever the government is expenditure should be pushed whenever the people is lost their satisfaction due to the unit of additional taxes. Okay, that dissatisfaction, disutility is also filled with the government expenditure, government providing activities, government giving providing the any infrastructural facilities, any goods are provided. Okay, and marginal satisfaction derived in public and private sector is equalized. Okay, that whatever the additional satisfaction, additional utility, it should be derived in public, and whatever the government sector providing goods, government private sector providing goods, it should be equalized to providing the marginal satisfaction. Principle of maximum social advantage: in x-axis amount of taxes and public expenditure, y-axis represent the marginal social benefit, in below y 0 below minus level marginal social sacrifice, and gains and losses from budget operation. Okay, it is the optimum allocation of the resources, and TT is the, this is the allocation of the resources curve, and TT it is the taxes, government imposed taxes, and the people will be get the disutility and sacrifice of their amount due to the taxes paid to the government. Okay, and in the P1 P2 Q1 Q2, it is the amount of taxation of M1 M2, amount of taxation and public expenditure. Okay, that will be discussed another slide. I am moving into the another slide. According to Musgrave, suppose the margin utility of successive unit of public expenditure allocated optimally between public uses. Okay, the margin utility of successive unit of public expenditure. Okay, public expenditure, whenever the public expenditure get the marginal utility of the people. Okay, allocated optimally between public uses, optimally allocation of the resources between the different public uses. Okay, different type of production of the goods is shown by EE. Okay, this is the E is the allocation of the optimal allocation of the resources. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, and the marginal disutility of taxes imposed by the shown by line. Okay, this is the, okay, this is a TT line, it is the disutility of the people. Okay, the line NN obtained by deducting TT from EE and measure the benefits derived from successive additions to public budget. So other allocation of the budget, allocation of the resources to the different sectors by the government, that should whatever the amount of budget is allocated by the government, that should be utilized properly utilized by the government, and that whenever the implementation and utilization of the funds budget, it should be benefit that leads to the benefit to the people. Okay, that derived in the n. Okay, this one n. Okay, and the optimum size of budget is determined at OM where marginal net benefits are zero. The optimum size of budget is given by the point where marginal net benefit is zero. Okay, this one. Okay, this OM. Okay, when it is the n curve is coming from the TT and EE, when the amount of taxation and public expenditure is going to the differentiated, then we get the NE. Okay, the OM is the optimum allocation of resources, the net benefit is zero. Okay, and the point corresponds to the point of maximum social advantage as at this point MSP and MSS. Okay, margin social benefit, it is comes from the allocation of the resources between the public uses, and MSS is shows in this diagram, that is the TT, taxes. Okay, whenever the government imposes taxes, the people will mentally they feel like that additional burden, and they are also sacrifice some amount of money due to the taxes, that is the MSS. The TT point shows the MSS, and EE curve shows the MSP. Okay, whenever EE and TT, it is the NN is obtained by the deducting the TT and EE, or MSS and MSP. Okay, EE also called as the MSP, TT is also called as the MSS, margin social sacrifice, EE margin social benefit. Okay, whenever the N curve is going to the move upward to downward direction, it will get the M. Okay, OM, that is the M is the net benefit is 0, and MSP and MSC is also equal. Okay, the get the point of maximum social advantage will be get NNE curve in that OM. Optimum size of budget is given by the point where the marginal benefit is 0. Okay, optimum size of budget is given by the point where marginal net benefit is 0. This point corresponds, the span shows the MSB is equal to MSS. Okay, test of the MSA. Okay, margin social advantage, what are the test? Preservation of community, the duty of government should be preserve the community against internal disorders and external attacks. It creates confidence and promotes economic life of its citizens. Okay, that preservation and protection of the community from the internal external threat through the defense maintenance by the government. Next test, improvements in production. So margin social advantages will be coming from the how much of improvements in production is there, increasing in productive power, so that large product per worker shall be obtained to achieve minimum waste of economic resources, improving pattern of production. Okay, the government spending is to the necessary activities, productive activities, that should be get the margin social advantage. Improvement in distribution. Okay, the government is a responsibility or objective to reduce the income inequalities among the people, and region inequalities among the states, different regions. So that's why it should be tolerated while the skills and efforts may be justified and suitably rewarded. When this improvement in distribution of income, reducing the inequalities, will be get the maximum social advantage. Stability and full employment, it is the one of the test. The social advantage to the community can be increased if economic stability and full employment level is achieved. Okay, the social advantage to the community, when the social advantage community is increased, only if economic stability and full employment level is achieved. Okay, The social advantage of the community. Social advantage of the community is to be increased. Uh, Compulsory should be increased by the economic stability and full employment levels. Next, provisions of future. Individuals give more importance to the present than to the future. Okay, therefore, the responsibility of the state has the responsibility of looking after the interest of the present as well as the future generations. Okay, future generations consideration is a very important to the government because of the protection of the nature, protection of the people, and producing the lot of amount of goods. Productivity, government spending on productivity activities, these are very necessary to the future generations, and future generations will be of for get from the present situation of the government. Okay, limitations. Okay, these are all are the tests of the MSA, and limitations of the MSA, difficulty to put into practice. Okay, whatever they discussed in this principles of maximum social advantage provided by the Professor Musgrave have the limitations also there. Utility being subjective in nature creates a great obstacle for the state to balance margin utility and disutility. Okay, difficult to put into nature because of the maximization of the social advantage, because of margin utility is there, marginal disutility is there. How we can balance the between the two? It is a difficult. Utility is not measurable. Okay, utility it is have analysis is in two types: ordinal and cardinal. Okay, cardinal in quantitative, ordinal in is the it is not the measurable. It is like comparison between the one commodity to another commodity. Utility cannot be measured quantitatively. Okay, it is one of the demerit, and it ignores the micro system. Okay, this utility caused to the taxpayer in is a micro problem, whereas marginal utility gained is a macro concept. Okay, disutility means it is a dissatisfaction or taxes. It is a very macro problem. It means whenever imposed government taxes in form of GST, income taxes. Okay, it is in micro level. Whereas when the person has to get the utility, it is a micro concept, because utility means it is depending on the purchasing power. The purchasing power, it is depending on their income levels, and income levels is also depending on the employment situations. Okay, these are very, that's why it is a macro concept. Highly unrealistic restriction. The argument that government should not have surplus or deficit budget is highly unrealistic. Okay, uh, should not have the surplus. Okay, the government not have the surplus, not have the deficit is a highly unrealistic. We cannot have the measure the surplus or deficit. Next, welfare state. Modern states are not police states but are welfare states and have to plan certain projects. Okay, modern states are not police states. Okay, previously classical economics in this period, the state are all traditionally they followed the functions, and now only police type of system they can follow, and expenditure also on that activities only. Mainly primary activities maintained by the government, spending on those are defense, law and order only. But in the modern state, compulsory the state not confined to the only the police, not only the defense and law and order, but also they can move to the spending on different activities like development activities. Okay, irrigation projects, different types of welfare activities also spending. That's why called the welfare states, have to plan certain projects. Okay, that's why the government is also have to plan certain projects. That's why welfare state is also one of the limitation to maximum social advantage. Okay, this is the Professor Musgrave's views of maximum principle of maximum social advantage. Okay, okay, thank you all for watching this video. Stay tuned for more videos on economics and statistics and econometrics also. Thank you.